So Steph has had too much Gatorade, which is why she's acting this way. And I don't know, what's my excuse? What's your excuse, Trevor?
I worked 50 hours in about a 3-day span.
Okay, well, that's a good excuse. Let's talk about our Eastern Conference semi.
Super East.
Super East.
So East.
Okay, so we've all picked Brooklyn, and we all think the Wizards are coming out of the first round. So Wizards, Brooklyn, Bulls, Cavaliers. I think the most compelling of this matchup,
I'm going Bucks, Cavaliers.
are, oh, you're going, okay, well, she's going Bucks, Cavaliers. But before we talk about the sleeper underdog pick, we're going to talk about who's really coming out of the East.
That's right. Let's talk about the serious business.
Bulls, Cavaliers. Now, the Cavaliers have a pickle on their hands, or they're in a pickle, rather, with Kevin Love out for the season. I just got a notification that the GM of the Cavs doesn't think Kevin Love will return this season.
She just got a text from him.
Yeah, I just got a text from the GM of the Cavs. How
Impressive.
sweet of him. And J.R. Smith is ejected, or was ejected, and it will be suspended for 2 games. So how much will this affect the Cavaliers' chances of getting past the Bulls and advancing to the Eastern Conference Finals?
I think this is huge. And as a diehard Bulls fan, what's driving me crazy is they're giving the Cavs more time to prepare for the Bulls without Love and J.R. Smith. The Bulls need to finish off the Bucks ASAP so that they can get right into this. No Love, that's massive. Whether, you know, whatever your thoughts are on Kevin Love with LeBron and if they're BFFs or not, it doesn't matter. Kevin Love is a machine. And with him out, that's a huge loss. And without J.R. Smith, the Bulls should be able to take games 1 and 2, and if they don't, they're in trouble.
Oh, go ahead, Steph.
No, I mean, if we're gonna go Bulls versus Cavs, I kind of agree.
No,
I don't want to, and it's very hard to agree with somebody wearing a Dolphins jersey, even though we're not talking about football.
It's always football season.
But I kind of would have to agree. And you know what? It sucks though. Like I hate when this stuff happens though. I hate when our predictions come because 2 players are out of a roster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like and whatever. I know it makes some people excited because they think their team will have the edge, but I kind of think it sucks. Like I want to see the best the best 2 teams have their best starting lineups, play it out, and see who wins. I want to see good basketball.
What's really interesting is that this morning on ESPN, Colin was talking about how LeBron has always been healthy. I think we mentioned that in a few episodes ago.
Except when he got cramps.
Except when he got those cramps. Except when he was menstruating and he had those cramps. But LeBron otherwise is always healthy. And whatever team he's on, you know, the Cavaliers, the Heat, back to the Cavaliers, he's always been that one player that you can depend on. And so I hate it for Kevin Love and I hate it for J.R. Smith, although he's not hurt, he's just, you know, out, suspended. And I hate it for LeBron because he always has to end up being that player who carries his team, but maybe that's what makes him such a champion. But with that being said, I think that Bulls-Cavaliers series will probably go 7. Like that will be the series to watch, perhaps not if just in the East, but of next round in general.
I think so too, and I think the NBA is kind of bummed that it's the 2nd round matchup. Like Cavs Bulls should be for the Eastern, you know, for the finals.
For the Eastern
right.
That's the big one. And we're going to talk about this in another segment, but it's the same thing on the West.
Oh, yeah.
There's 2 teams that are going to probably meet next round, which you would hope that was for the West. That's the Western Conference Finals. But as you know, I'm with you guys.
But that's kind of awesome in a way. Like, yes, it makes better basketball and better television, but it kind of gives the underdogs a little bit more of a chance to make it and have that one, as Erica would say, cute game.
I have that one cute game.
But if you're like Colin Cowherd, what he always says is nobody cares about the underdog. Yes, you do, but you don't watch the underdog. Cavs Bulls Eastern Conference Finals would be massive. Ratings would just blow up. Which they probably still will as a 2nd round, but it's just not it's not as sexy.
I kind of agree with the underdog thing. For example, in the first round of Eastern playoffs, the Raptors Wizards. I look at both of those teams as underdogs. Granted, they had Bill and Bradley. I mean, Bradley, Bill, and Wall and Pierce. They're not really an underdog when you look at their lineup, but just on a national stage, no one's really checking for the Wizards. So I do see what you're saying. Like they're not a sexy team. Like they're not really like the most marketable team. So no one wants to see an ugly team in the playoffs.
She had to use the word ugly.
Because they ain't cute.
Right. Just real quick, touching on the Wizards and Raptors, that was what they thought was a very evenly matched games
Yeah.
that
Oh,
were going to be,
yeah.
and they swept them. And then
They
the
did.
ones where they're supposed to sweep them, and it's not happening that
No.
way. So it's kind of interesting what's happening.
So, Bulls Cavaliers, second round. Who do you have?
I hate it, but I'm going with LeBron.
Okay.
There goes my pen.
Wait, I said Cavaliers, I think. I think I said Cavaliers in 7. If that's not what I said before, that's my new pick.
Yeah, I think.
Cavaliers in 7.
I
I'm
think it's
going
gonna be
Bulls in
7.
6.
Bulls in 6?
Bulls in
I
6.
actually
luck.
think it's Cavs in 6. I don't think the Bulls. I love you, Trevor, but I don't think the Bulls have the legs to make it to the long. If they even make it
The
there.
legs. No pun intended.
See, I think everybody's forgetting that the Bulls are so dominant underneath the basket. They are going to drive LeBron crazy, and with no Kevin Love,
Crazy.
all the pressure is going to be on Kyrie
That's a good point.
and LeBron.
Yeah.
And those bigs, I mean, those bigs are hard to mess with.
Well,
I mean,
Noah
Jokic.
used to be. I mean, he's not what he used to be.
Well, I don't think his numbers are, but that's also because they have Powell.
This
And
is
Powell's
true.
a number machine.
But we all know that Powell will get into a playoff series and turn into a wimp. We've seen that before.
A little flop action.
I like him. Oh, really quickly. Now, we all, for some reason, picked Brooklyn to beat Atlanta to come out of the first round. So that means a Brooklyn Wizards matchup, according to our analysis. Brooklyn Wizards, how many games will that go? And who's going to win?
I hate to say it, but I think the Wizards are going to take
easily,
it.
Easily. Wizards
Maybe
in
in 5.
Wizards in 5 for me, too.
Even though Brooklyn's more of a sexy team.
Yeah, they're sexy.
Yeah.
It's just that, yeah.
I'm going to go, I'm going to say Wizards in 6.
Okay.
6.
Wizards in 6.
All right, sweet.
I say Wizards in 5. All right, we're moving on to the West for the morning score.
The West.
The West.
The West Side.
Up next on the morning score.
Throw it down.
And I got to pick up my pen because I threw it.